Two trucks having sex. Two trucks having sex. My muscles involuntarily flex. Two trucks having sex. Two trucks having sex. My muscles involuntarily flex. Two pickup trucks.
No animation errors happen.
Listen up, Autothoughts and Decepticlowns. You are listening to Prime Cuts, a nonlinear history of the Transformers franchise on television. I'm one of your hosts, Mara.
I'm your other host, Audrey.
We have a guest! Introduce yourself, guest. I don't know why
Hi.
that came out so aggressive. Introduce yourself!
I'm
Roommate
being held at laser point. Hi, I'm Jay _. I do some other types of podcasts with Mara. And I'm here to talk about some funny robots who are not animated especially well sometimes.
No, they are not. Well, normally when we have a guest on, we always start with this question. What is your history with the Transformers franchise?
Also, before you get into that, Jane, apologies. Fig is being louder than usual tonight. If that shows up, I can see it on my audio recording, not very strongly, but I do see it.
Second guest.
That's
welcome to the show, Fig.
As always, that's a feature, not a bug.
That's right.
Of course. Maybe Leon will also make an appearance if he decides to get very loud.
No, his fat ass is sitting on the couch right now.
Well, my history with Transformers is not especially long. As a kid, I watched some of Armada when it was on TV.
Everyone claps.
That's right. Yay, Armada mentioned. Let's go.
It's literally been like the entry series for I think everyone we've had on the show, including me and Mara.
Yep.
Listen, what can you say? The mini-cons are cute. Everyone likes the mini-cons.
It was the early aughts, folks.
Pokemon was getting big, and everyone wanted to be it.
Exactly. I also watched the G1 movie. Like, I've seen the film. I didn't see it as a kid. I saw it as an adult, and that film is really, really funny. Does not prepare you even a little bit for how the actual G1 cartoon is. I was not expecting it to be quite as goofy as it was.
Yeah, the movie is a sort of departure of tone in many ways. Chief among them, the wholesale slaughter that takes place in the first 30 minutes.
Just say that I am as obsessed with your insistence, Jane, on calling it a film.
It is a film. It's cinema.
I mean, it is kind of a film.
It's important cinema.
It's Kino.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. These episodes certainly were, weren't they?
That's right. Especially Child's Play.
Listen, if you put Child's Play through the right lens, it could be really experimental Soviet animation.
There were
bit.
moments where it had a sort of Worker and Parasite vibe.
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
The writing of that episode is so fucking funny. Oh my god. Sorry, we're gonna get there. But, just as a note, obviously Child's Play is probably most infamous for its multitude of, really egregious animation errors, which we will be covering in detail for sure. But I, genuinely forgot how fucking funny it is conceptually and, writing-wise and voice acting-wise outside of those.
It's
such
a great idea.
Strange. It's such a strange little thing.
What if,
What
if Transformers were bugs and a 1960s housewife was really grossed out by them?
It's that classic, there's this stable of, Western animation tropes from, the 80s and 90s. These, episodes like the Go Inside the Body episode, all those classic ones. Getting shrunk down and having to avoid a giant child is also one of those. It's a really weird premise, and I don't know where it came from.
And giant cat. That is a big part of them as well.
Yeah, the cat. Well, before we can talk about
we have Yowie.
But before we can talk about pure Kino, and let us not say that the other episode is not worthy of our discussion either. Child's Play will obviously be the bulk of this episode, but Make Tracks is also a pretty good episode of G1.
So, before we get into Make Tracks, I want to say I got into Transformers as a fandom, again, in 2010 when I started watching Prime. I got into Prime. I became a clanker watching Prime. So when I started reading fan fiction for Transformers, I had, like, really no, like, guidepost for G1. I had no idea. But what I can tell you is that far and away, by, like, a pretty significant, like, margin, the largest human Transformer ship that I saw was Trax Rule. And I had no idea what this was about until I watched G1 years later. But boy howdy, yeah, it's Trax Rule, folks.
Yes.
That's beautiful. Do they... Okay, I need to know...
Of any series.
Does Trax Rule, like, appear as a thing? Any other episodes in G1?
Yes, there is.
Yes, there is one more.
So, Raoul's one of the few, like, random human side characters who does get a second episode. Most of them are a one and done. But Raoul shows back up, which I think is one of the reasons why it became so stuck within the fandom's, like, consciousness, is that there's 2 Trax and Raoul episodes.
That's beautiful.
Also, Trax is obviously a fruit. Listen to how he talks.
I mean,
oh my god, yeah.
Hey.
He's a fruit. He's a fruit with a human fetish specifically.
Listen,
So,
we've all got our
like,
vices.
We can all add 2 and 2 together and get to 4, I think.
Yeah. So, for the second time this season, we're back in the Big Apple, New York City. Last time it was being sunk under the ground to turn into a Cybertronian fortress, but it seems they seem to have cleaned that up. Unfortunately, now it has become the carjacking capital of the world. So
It's just Hell's Kitchen. This is why Daredevil exists.
yeah, Daredevil is just off screen dealing with this.
So we make jokes, but and not to be like the New Yorker here or whatever, but like Hell's Kitchen was a shithole until like the mid-aughts.
Mhm.
Truly, like it was not a good place to be.
It's one of the reasons why that Daredevil Netflix show is so funny, is because it still treats Hell's Kitchen as its
Right.
reputation preceded
Exactly.
it before being
Exactly.
actually gentrified. Fisk
But, like-
basically won in real life.
I do remember going into New York because I grew up in the suburbs and like going to see shows on Broadway and going into like driving off of the West Side Highway into Hell's Kitchen because that's where Times Square is. And my parents turning in there, and my parents are not like crazy people. Like they lived in New York for many years, right? Like they're not like scared of the city. But like turning into Hell's Kitchen off the West End Highway and immediately locking all the doors of our car.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
it
I
was a
mean,
shithole.
Otherwise, you'd be assailed by these like mutants,
Carjackers, yeah.
by these mutants from Dark Knight Returns looking motherfuckers. Who are these guys?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's like these like fucking reject cyberpunk characters showing up.
Every like group of goons we see in this episode is from a different like time period and piece of media. These guys,
literally everything out of these guys' mouths is like, I like just wrote down lines. My first 5 notes are just things that they say.
yeah, they say some pretty great stuff.
Those wheels are rude.
Literally, those wheels are rude.
That's the first. Hey, folks, that's the first sentence of this episode. Those wheels are rude.
Yeah, like they just talk like cyberpunk characters from this period of like early cyberpunk fiction. Damn, this ride is crash, yo.
We're watching this just in time for the Neuromancer announcement, so
Yeah, so they
perfect.
have stolen a sweet Chevrolet Corvette with a cool boombox in the back of it, and of course we as the audience know,
They
hey,
do. One of the other lines I do. Sorry. One
Yeah,
of the other
yeah.
lines is Papa Lock. That's the second line. Those are some. So they see this sweet ride, and that guy, the first guy goes, "Those are some rude wheels," and then they go over to Jacket, And the other guy goes, "Pop a lock," as the guy breaks into it. Great stuff, folks.
I mean, this is another episode from David Wise, so I'm sure these guys are also in the episode of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles he wrote with the exact same premise somewhere down the line. And he, of course, knows exactly what the kids are saying these days. He's up on all the
80s?
slang.
Hey, listen, 80s toy shows are the same.
But especially David Wise episodes of 80s toy shows.
Listen, in the same way that there's only 3 voice actors for this show, there are only 3 writers for every cartoon that was being produced during this time.
No, see, the thing about having 3 voice actors is you can do a lot of really creative stuff to kind of differentiate them. Like, for example, in this episode, you have a guy who sounds like he's saying every line through, like, a straw in a glass of chocolate milk.
Oh, yeah,
yes.
that's Sea Spray.
Good old
Hi.
Sea Spray.
Welcome to Sea Spray.
The worst vocal performance in this show. Yeah, because he sounds like he's gargling salt water. Like, yeah, he turns into a boat. I get it. Why does he have to sound like that?
He doesn't even turn into a good boat. He turns into a hovercraft that gets outvoted by a plane a couple episodes ago. Don't
Terrible.
worry about it.
There's a reason Sea Spray's not a very popular G1 character. He hardly ever gets new toys. I wonder why.
I wonder
yeah.
why.
But yeah, this is basically just a sting operation. Like Blaster and Trax ambush these strange car thieves and their like contact who is dressed like a goon from the 90s Batman show. Once again, every goon in this episode is from like a different like time period. And yeah, they're like
I do want to say Blaster's line here.
Oh yes.
Blaster has a great line. So as he captures the runaway punks, he goes, "You punks are sunk and that's no bunk."
Thanks, Blaster.
Thanks,
Great.
Blaster. But again,
Fucking-
imagine that with a much more questionable accent.
Yeah, we're not doing the voice. But yeah,
I can't be saying that. I'm white baby.
But yeah, we cut back to Sparkplug's garage. They just basically
Actually,
yes.
real quick, you know what's really funny about all this? You know what I realized this was?
What did you realize?
You wouldn't download a car.
It is a bit you wouldn't download a car.
Yeah.
The thing about this bit of the show that's very strange to me is I was not expecting going into this that it. So I was under the impression that the Transformers were like trying to be secret and undercover and not just like,
mistake.
hey, we're doing a sting with the cops.
Why would you think that? Is it because one of the taglines is robots in disguise, you dumb motherfucker? No. They're just out there.
They're just hanging out. They're just doing whatever.
Again, with like varying degrees of renown.
That's true. Some people just seem very surprised when a guy transforms. It's like, I don't know, if there were a bunch of like transforming robots running around Oregon, which is where most of this show takes place, by the way. They're in Oregon. I don't know why. Yeah. Not the funniest setting for a Transformer show. The funniest setting is Lincoln, Nebraska in Transformers Armada, which has been turned into an astronomy center, which would be very bad to do in Nebraska
Prime
because
is
it's very
also
flat.
in the middle of nowhere.
It's in like the middle of nowhere in Nevada, but I think it's a fake town. It's like I can't remember. But yeah.
And Nevada is not as funny as Nebraska, you are correct.
Yeah. There's something about Nebraska that is just very funny to me.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Anyway.
the disguise part is, it depends on the like incarnation of the show. Some shows they are in disguise, like Armada, they are in disguise. But the original, the disguise part, they were never really a secret. They were always just kind of operating out of the open. There's a bunch of like anti-Decepticon propaganda posters you see at one point early in the show where it's like, this is the enemy, and it's like a big printout of Megatron's face.
Now, Jane, I want you to understand that there are some cases where Decepticons will be in disguise inside of other Autobots.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Just sitting next to
We
Just-
can't get into the
just
tailgating
sitting
incident.
next to other Autobots inside other Autobots.
No,
I,
gonna
I
let
believe
Blaster
I
live it
believe it
down.
wholeheartedly. They don't seem especially observant, any of these guys, really.
No. But yeah, the setup here basically is that there's a bunch of insane, like, the level of car thievery in New York has skyrocketed, and the Autobots are convinced that the Decepticons have something to do with it.
Can I just say how funny that is for New York specifically? The only place in the entire country that has public transport as its primary source of transportation.
Doesn't really seem like a car hub.
The only place that does not have cars in this entire 350 million plus population country as the primary source of transportation. Anyway.
So everyone has to go split up and look for clues, and we have our little motley band here. We've got Power. We've basically got the Minibot, Cadre, and Hoist and Trax. You got Powerglide, Cosmos, Sea Spray, Huffer's back. Yeah, Huffer's back.
Sorry, Huffer?
He doesn't say much. Oh, don't worry about it. He's the tow truck that.
No. He's the small orange truck that the tow truck rides inside of in the driver's seat. We'll get there shortly. But yeah, Huffer's thing is
they're both tow trucks. Huffer even says that he's a tow truck.
He's not though. He's just a truck cab. If he says that, he's lying, and I don't trust him, and it's very in character for him. Yeah,
anyway,
Jane, Huffer's thing is
Huffer's the one that sounds like this.
Yeah, it's me, Huffer. And his thing is that he complains about everything all the time.
It makes a lot of sense.
As you can imagine, like Sea Spray, a very popular character.
Yeah, he gets so many return appearances. But Trax, essentially, he's like, everyone's like, damn, this city is a fucking hive of scum and villainy. And Trax is like, actually, this city's pretty cool. I like it here. And everyone's like, oh, Trax, you're just one of those.
Anyway, I'm gonna go fuck a human man now. Bye.
Bye-bye.
So here's my theory about Trax, right? Like, gender is, like, obviously very fucky in Transformers.
At least in IDW.
I mean, in IDW, but even here, it's like, fembots are kind of like a side note.
Yeah, we haven't even met them yet. That's a few episodes away.
We haven't even met them yet.
We haven't met the females.
We haven't met Optimus's hot dom wife.
Mm-hmm.
But clearly, like, I can't imagine homosexuality as being seen as deviant by anyone, given the whole gender thing.
Yeah, they're all dudes.
They're all dudes. So my theory is that, like, you have to go interspecies to be truly deviant, and that's why Trax is gay coded and why he's so interested in human society. That's my theory.
That also makes Sunstreaker's IDW plotline make a lot of sense. Anyway, we've got he's driving down the street and he gets assaulted by another gang of goons. These ones look like extras from Gangs of New York. And for some reason they have laser guns. I don't know if this is ever addressed. Why do they have laser guns?
Because Megatron gave it to them.
Okay, so it is addressed. I wasn't paying attention. That makes sense. But yeah, they have laser guns. Also because they couldn't have the goons have real guns.
Oh yeah, by the way, this is all Megatron's deal. We'll get to that.
Yeah. His plan His plan is interesting, to say at least. I don't know how good it is, but it is interesting and it's really funny.
Always keep him guessing.
He's zagging on us. He's always zagging on us. But yeah, Trax basically gets into a bit of a scuffle and ends up really bent out of shape. And this is where he encounters Raoul, who's like a sort of young, street tough gearhead who's working for some guys named the Geddes brothers, the Geddes brothers.
And whose accent changes every 5 seconds.
That's right. And at first, he's just treating Trax like any other car, but eventually he realizes that Trax is alive. And during this, I suddenly realized that this is also probably the basis for Mirage and his dude from Rise of the Beasts.
Yeah. Hey, putting new meaning into cruise control, am I right, folks?
But yeah, like, even
go to the Rambles for that. We have spots. I was at Re-Speech this weekend, okay?
Even though he knows he's alive, Raoul's still probably, he's like, I'm probably still gonna sell you to the Geddes brothers because you're like a really sweet ride.
I literally
Um,
I love that so much where he's like, wow, you can talk, you're like a living car, and Trax is like, oh yeah, no, totally. And he's like, well, yeah, I'm still gonna sell you. I don't really need a car, you know.
yeah, I live in New York. I don't really need a car. I could just take the subway.
It's true. Hey, folks, it's true. This conceptually, again, this taking place in New York, very funny.
So then we cut over to Sea Spray's crusade against river pollution. This is just a tiny little like Z plot that doesn't really recur, but it's just very funny.
There is one line from Trax that I want to say, which again, like, there's great lines. Rule has a really good one later on, but you have it there. Rule cuts off Trax's ability to speak momentarily.
There's a wire. Yeah, so Transformers Anatomy update. There's a wire inside their hood that if you cut it, they just go comatose.
Literally, these things are built like fucking Cybertrucks. They have one single compute wire.
What the hell's going on in there?
So for all you plug and play enthusiasts out there, I don't know, there's some fun.
Can you not say that shit while I'm taking a drink?
No.
I almost sprayed all over my fucking microphone.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Choked up my own spit there.
There you go. Now you're getting what's coming to you.
Listen, how long have we been doing this, Mara? You know who I am.
I am aware.
You have no one to blame but yourself.
True.
Always keep them guessing!
Just like Megatron.
So, yes. So, anyway, really fun things if you're a plug and play enthusiast out there that you can do with that. All I'm saying. So, you know, Roll attaches the wire back and he's like, oh shit, damn, that's crazy. You just like shut down there. And he's like, yeah, and Roll's like, why are you built like this?
It's a valid question.
Really.
And Trax says, you haven't seen the half of me.
I could show you some things, young man.
Yeah. I've been making a man with blonde hair and a tan.
So, yes, then we cut over to Sea Spray, who's like, don't pull up the river, and then he's not in the episode anymore, thankfully.
It's like this.
Oh, right. I forgot you gotta do the thing with your lips. That's Sea Spray's voice.
This sucks, folks.
Okay.
Good radio.
Also,
sonically unpleasant.
Deeply unpleasant. So, then Cosmo... Hey, Cosmos...
Why is Cosmos so microorganism in this episode, by the way?
He's really... Also, this is the episode where I finally realized...
He's a literal frisbee in this episode.
I finally realized that the voice actor for Cosmos is doing a Peter Lorre impression. Yes. I never got that before, and it doesn't really make much more sense, because it's not like... I guess because he's like kind of a short, rotund guy?
I think at some point you just have to, like, choose a voice and go with it.
That's true.
They're really
like, we got like 35 more of these motherfuckers across the two sides of this season. So yeah, like,
you got to set them apart somehow. You're right.
Yeah, they're really going for a wide spray with their choices of voice performance.
So, and we saw Prowl again this episode.
I think that was just a normal cop car.
Was it?
I think so.
That's really funny.
Yeah, I don't think Prowl's in this episode.
Never mind.
No, he and Blue Streak have been shuffled off to the 1984 retirement home alongside Skyfire. All right.
Yeah. Now Smokescreen's the. Hey, what happened to the Proxians? You mean Smokescreen? No, the other one. You mean Smokescreen?
Yeah, it's just Smokescreen now. Well, this guy's actually blue, but his name isn't Blue Streak. It's Smokescreen. Okay.
Yeah. It's okay because he has a little bit of orange in there as well, and he does at least make smoke.
So, I was really expecting more like New Yorker reaction to seeing a UFO flying really low above everyone's heads, but nobody really cares.
Again, this is Times Square,
and this is
they're in Hell's Kitchen. This is Times Square, so nothing. This is just the billboard, baby.
We see something deeply troubling here, which is. It cuts to Huffer sitting in traffic, and there's a car crash, and then Hoist is like, I can fix it, and then it pans over to them, and Hoist is sitting inside of Huffer's truck cab.
I can't believe he's cheating. I can't believe he's cheating on Grapple like this.
What the? Okay, so
what kind of bizarre role playing are they up to? Like, first and foremost, why are you in traffic? You can get up and walk around the traffic. So, like, number one.
And then they do. They
Jane.
just wanted to do this.
Jane, this is very simple. He's riding him.
He's riding him.
You know, that's true. You're right.
But also, I'm pretty sure Huffer is smaller than Hoist in robot form, and definitely in toy form, because once again, Huffer is a mini bot, and Hoist is like a deluxe car. So I don't have one. It was just a very troubling image to just see on my screen. I was really taken aback by it.
I don't understand why you are so disturbed by seeing Hoist inside of Huffer.
I just think Huffer shouldn't get any joy in life is really what I'm coming down on.
Well, great news. He's a brat, so he wasn't.
You know, I think Huffer was also on the Lost Light. I think Overlord should have stepped on him instead.
Poor Pipes, it should have been Huffer.
So, I'm right over here. I know. So then we cut back to the fucking alleyway, and Raul has fixed tracks up very nicely. And I definitely think this is the big part of where all of the shipping stuff comes from, where it's like, yeah, he did a bunch of body work on tracks. Like he buffed out a bunch of dents and did his paint and stuff. And that does have a kind of intimacy that I don't think they intended in the writing room.
You think there's something intimate about buffing another person's body?
Maybe. Perhaps
anything is possible. There's also a few scenes of Raul working the undercarriage, which that has some implications.
Yeah, getting all up in tracks' undercarriage.
Plug and play enthusiasts, your time is now.
So this is when we see the Geddes brothers, and they are Dick Tracy villains.
Yeah, they are.
So that's like 3 different things in like 10 minutes of like. There's no like, it's like the Warriors out here. Every carjacking gang just has a different theme, I guess.
Listen,
see,
Megatron...
the thing is, they're the same carjacking gang, though.
That's true.
Yeah.
They're all working for Megatron.
So here's my theory, is that Megatron heard about DEI and wanted to make sure that he had a diverse cast of...
Equal opportunity
Goons.
Goon employers.
Yeah.
That's right. So
we have Goon equity.
They're like, hey, Raul,
just
you
moving
better
over that one, are we?
Yeah, I mean, Goon equity is definitely going to be the name of the episode. So thank you for that.
Hey, listen, we still have all of Child's Play to get through. Don't.
Yeah. We there's so much to talk about in that episode. But first we have to get through. You know, obviously they're like, hey, Raul, you got to give us that car. You promised us a car, and then Trax is like, actually, I'm a robot, and he's my boyfriend. And then he shoots at the guys. But now Raul's like on the side of justice.
Don't lay a hand on my... I'm a human chaser. Don't lay a hand on him.
Oh my god.
Am I wrong? They hated her because they spoke the truth.
Alright. So, anyway, Starscream is here now. Starscream just shows up flying around, and he has one of the best, first lines I've ever heard, because he's being pursued by Power Glide, and he just goes, "Attention, Soundwave! Uh-oh!" like what?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Attention, Soundwave. Aw, fuck, we're boned.
What do you want me to do about it, you dumb bitch?
Speaking of stupid fruits.
So this results in a foot chase in the world's largest shopping mall. Oh, I forgot to mention, there's some incredible signs in the in the New York skyline.
Oh yes.
My favorite one is in the first shot of the skyline. There's a shot of a skyscraper with a light up sign, and all the sign says is banana.
My favorite is the one of the Chrysler building that has
the
a
Chrysler
neon sign that
with,
says Chrysler on it.
That's like 8 signs that say Chrysler on it. It's like
Just
plastered
in
in
case you
signs that say Chrysler on it. You can't
Yeah.
miss that it is the Chrysler building.
Chrysler building in neon.
Just in case you forget.
Just in
where
case
the
you
Chrysler
forget.
building is.
And by the
Yeah,
way,
there's like
you
a-
can get fresh beef there, in case you didn't know.
Yeah, and like again, one of the most notable architecturally interesting buildings in New York City. One of the most immediately recognizable buildings probably in the world.
I fucking adore, by the way, this fight that they have in the mall, specifically for one part where the fucking UFO guy, like the Autobots are like, oh, I wish that the mall directory could help me find Starscream, while Starscream is in the shot to their right, taking an escalator really slowly. Some Blue's Clues shit, like, can you find Starscream?
Dora the Explorer.
This mall is fucking enormous. These are
So
the
my
biggest
my
escalators.
theory is that this is American Dream. Which, for anyone who doesn't know, who's not American or just doesn't know, that's in New Jersey, which we know they go to because they go to the Pine Barrens afterwards.
That's right. They go to the
For a
Pine
very
Barrens.
interesting building.
Like the place the place the New Jersey Mafia buries people.
Can we edit Tony Soprano into this episode talking with Megatron? Because the next scene after the mall shenanigans, which is just like completely
It's gotta
baffling.
be American Dream. That shit's huge.
We get to the Gettys brothers meeting up with Megatron and the Pine Barrens, and as it turns out, they've been selling Megatron all of these
Sorry.
like hijacked cars.
I just can't get over the fact that they named the Pine Barrens.
Yeah, they name drop it.
Like,
So
of all the places to name, like, New York City, fine. Like, it's a big city. I get it. Like,
mhm.
Countries, etc., like, regions. No, they're going to the Pine Barrens of New Jersey. What?
Yeah. Where all the bodies are. So, as surprise, surprise, Megatron betrays his human collaborators. This has never happened before.
Doesn't sound anything
and
like him.
The thing that he's doing is that he's got a big device, as so often he does. This is a classic Megatron move, to have a big device. And
Many such cases.
he is feeding these cars into it to be reconverted into later what we find out are like remote piloted like transforming drones, which is honestly kind of a cool idea. It's barely 2 minutes of the episode, but like it's a kind of a neat plan. But
It is far from his worst.
the thing that really took me out, the thing that just sent me into a coughing fit as soon as I saw it, was we cut
Him talking about
inside.
plug and play.
No, but well, that was what sent you into a coughing fit.
No, that's what choking on my own spit sent me into a coughing fit.
So-
That's what made you almost spit out your drink.
True. But we cut inside the fucking factory, and the thing we see, like the extremely advanced process of reconverting these cars into Transformers, is that it's Scrapper standing next to the conveyor belt with a big sword, and he's just chopping the cars in half. And I fucking lost it as soon as I saw that.
I did
Listen,
too.
That's a Constructicon outlier ability.
That's
literally-
in his name.
I mean, listen, it's called a chop shop for a reason.
Someone did comment that.
Yeah, it's just like the sword. It's just like just a broadsword. He's just cutting the cars in half, and presumably there's other steps, but that's the only part of the machine we see. And I was just like, okay. So yeah, then Raul's like, okay, I've got a plan. We're gonna trick him. And basically he's gonna use tracks as like bait to cut a deal with Megatron so they can get it and blow it up. And this actually does work. He does actually manage to get Trax onto the conveyor belt by like passing a bunch of speech checks against Megatron. Oh God, what is the order of operations from here on out? This is where things really start to break down.
Well, they find Rule.
Oh, right. Rumble and Ravage get sent after Raoul. Because
who says, I got an anti-stripping device on this baby.
Yeah, oh, that's right. He basically says, like, he
goes, I have an anti-stripping device on this baby. A bomb.
Yeah, he straight up just is like, hey, Megatron, I have a bomb, and I'm gonna blow you up if you don't do what I say.
He's not actually trying to get Trax in. He's actually trying to keep him out, because the Decepticons are initially going to put him on the conveyor belt. But yeah, he says, I've rigged my car with a bomb, so you shouldn't put it in there.
Yeah, Rule's like, I like dropping hints that I'm going to call in a bomb threat. I'm calling it a bomb threat.
Oh, right. Yeah, because this was all... Yeah, because then there's also the thing where it's like, he disconnects the wire that turns Trax into a vegetable or whatever. He literally says it turns off his computer.
It just doesn't seem like a very good design decision.
But it pays off really well here, because what he does is that he sneaks them in. He says, "Oh, I'll disarm the bomb for you, so you can put this car through the machine." But he actually reactivates Trax, and he transforms. But Trax is tired. He's hungry. He hasn't had Energon in a while. Thankfully, the Sideswipe, Jazz, and Bumblebee show up out of fucking nowhere. They're just here
where did
now.
They come from? It's just everybody just shows up. This is the 2 episodes I watched. It's just this happens so frequently where just everyone just appears out of nowhere.
He just like appear. They just like run up, kick Ravage and Rumble's asses, and get Trax some delicious treats.
They don't quite understand Deus Ex Machina, but they got the spirit. They got the machine part.
Yeah, they have the machine part. So yes, this is where his plan is revealed, because they go back to base, and now it's like there's a huge fleet of these Cybertronian ified cars driving into the city. So they have to go fight them all. But eventually they realize, all of these are just like remote controlled drones. So he just has Blaster scramble the signal, and they just like all fall over.
And the day is saved. Hooray!
That's right. Because then they go fight. They attack the Decepticon base. Raoul squirts Megatron with something.
he gets captured, and then his solution is just to open like the front cabinet on Megatron. Spray some squeeze cheese in his lungs.
Can we just look at the face Megatron is making here? I'm putting in scheduling. Can we just look at the face he's making here? Look at that.
He's very upset by it. He did not expect this.
I would too. I would be too, because I know Rule just got him with the got to be.
He's hitting him with he's hitting him with the Goo-Gon.
Fuck, dog.
He's gonna be smelling like Goo-Gon all fucking week because of this. Starscream's gonna make fun of him again.
Yeah, no, that's the Gorilla Glue.
Yeah, so yeah, basically the day is saved, but now they have a bunch of everyone's car has been turned into a war machine. So now the end of the episode is everyone being like, well, I guess we got to turn all these cars back to normal. That's going to take a while. And Raoul tries to sneak out of it. It's like, oh, well, that's a shame. Hey, I got to go. But Trax is like, you're staying right here and helping me.
You have been forced to disassemble and reassemble 30,000 cars.
Yeah, with
this
Hoist.
This is foreplay for them.
It is. It's what's going on in Trax's head when he sees Raoul taking apart all these cars piece by piece and putting them back together? He likes to watch. Trax in the cuck chair. And when Wheeljack's like, "Are you gonna help or not?" He's like, "No, I'm fine with watching.
I'm helping in my own way."
And that's make Trax. And don't worry, MCU style, Raoul will return in Autobop.
Can I point out one thing that's really funny, by the way? The thing that got Raoul captured in this situation, it was all of the Autobots show up to try and destroy the penis-shaped chop shop that Megatron has built, and he's like, all right, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run in there and take out the control system. And he just gets a big stick and tries to hit it, and Megatron just picks him up by the scruff of the neck like a cat.
Yeah. Oh, this is also where Megatron has a line where it's like, it's Tracks like, put him down! If you hurt him, I'll kill you! And Megatron goes, what a touching display of loyalty! Wow.
It's a touching display of horniness, my man.
What a
He wants
touching
to
display of horniness! And then he gets blasted with the goo gone. But yeah, let's make tracks. It's time to get into the main event, however. Make Tracks, a great episode, introduces a very memorable and beloved human character in Transformer pairing. This is one of the most inexplicable episodes of television ever made, I think.
And it starts with baseball.
So there's really no setup.
This is an average Mets game.
Yeah, every Mets game before they start playing, they have to ask Megatron really nicely to move his giant metal wheel off of the diamonds.
This is listen. I went to a Mets game on Thursday where they lost to bad fielding and made me really mad, especially because they won like 19-5 the next day against the same people, against the Marlins. And all I can say is this is an average Mets game.
So we open on, and usually in these episodes, there's like even an excuse of setting up what's going on, like setting up the scene, right? This is child's play, however. So we open it on a shot of a completely packed baseball stadium.
I just wanted to say, like, starting this episode, I did have the, like, Grand Theft Auto, shit, here we go again.
Yeah.
Like, it really feels that way as soon as you, like, put this episode on.
There's no context for what's about to happen. Basically, there's a space bridge in the middle of the baseball stadium. How it got here, did they build it overnight? Did it just teleport in? Unclear. The Decepticons are here, and they've decided they're going to have a lot of fun with the baseball people. They're going to have a lot of fun. Thrust loads baseballs into his gun and shoots it at the baseballmen, and one of them tries to hit it. Like, they're still trying to play baseball with the Decepticons, kind of.
Yeah. They like... It's straight up. It's like you know that like really funny image of that one baseball game where like a swarm of bees just showed up and they had to delay the baseball game by like 20 minutes, and then they have that Jumbotron thing where it's like, thank you bee guy for saving the baseball game.
Yes.
I am just imagining that everyone sitting in the stadium is like waiting for Optimus to show up, and there's going to be a thank you robot guy.
Yeah, so they just decide they're gonna fuck with the baseball game. Like, they're here to make a delivery of Energon cubes, and then Skywarp and Soundwave decide they're gonna play some baseball with a human man. And almost kill him, and then someone gets chased by a Ravage. Like,
okay.
Look, and
wait, no. Sorry, we need to talk about Soundwave's line here, which is Skywarp. Think fast.
He's having fun. He's having so much fun.
He's having fun. No, you're right. He's having fun.
Starscream scoops up a bunch of people and just flies around with them.
And again, like, what I really like about that is this is so, like, unnecessarily evil. And I really enjoy that, actually. It's, like, really nice to see the Decepticons just being, like, unambiguously, like, motherfuckers, basically.
There's no reason for them to do any of this.
Except that it's funny to them.
Yeah, it's just funny. And it is really funny. But of course the Autobots show up and toss those Decepticons around. By the way, the audio design of this episode is fucked.
Oh,
I don't know what happened. Everything is super quiet for some reason. I don't know what happened. Everything is weird. There's also a bunch of really weird sound effect choices. Optimus punches a missile, by the way. There's a part where, like, Thrust, who, by the way, we've been talking about, like, every time he comes up, I'm like, why is Thrust here? Why is he so prevalent? This continues to baffle me. I don't remember G1 Thrust being in so many episodes, but he's, like, by far the Conehead that's put in the most appearances and done the most stuff in this show so far.
I don't think not by that much more than Ramjet, but it is
that's
more.
True.
You are correct.
And Dirge, I don't think has been seen since Dinobot Island.
No, Dirge was in Golden Lagoon.
Oh, that's right.
Dirge was in Golden Lagoon and got knocked out.
But yeah,
he got captured into some bushes.
Basically, they just do a bunch of baseball puns for a while and hit each other with lights, and then everyone falls into the space bridge. The space bridge control panel explodes and teleports. Okay, let me get the
Perceptor.
Yeah, great work, bud. So it teleports Prime, Inferno, Smokescreen, Bumblebee, Perceptor, Starscream, Ravage, Thrust, and Soundwave to parts unknown. They're just gone. And everyone's like, well, shit. Where the hell did they go? And they don't know. But we know. Because it cuts to they're on an alien planet in what appears to be a gigantic child's bedroom. And almost immediately, Starscream gets pinned to the ground by a big yellow ball and cries like a baby.
It's hilarious how fast all of them are just really taken out of action. The Decepticons in particular, like the Autobots are not having any problems at the start of this episode. They're just watching all of this happen.
My favorite part is
Are you going to talk about Perceptor's line? Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember his line, please.
I think it's like everyone's being, because like there's also a cat. There's a weird alien cat chasing everyone around, and Soundwave is running from the cat, and he's like, "Please help us." And Perceptor's basically like, "No," and just walks away.
Well, no, before that, like, Starscream's pinned under the ball, and Perceptor goes over to it and, like, tests it and goes, fascinating! It has, like, give, like a normal bouncy ball, and then just leaves Starscream there.
Yeah, and he's like, are you going to help me?
The amount, the coldness of the fucking Autobots in this episode. Like, there's, like, 7 different instances where all of the Autobots just leave them to die. It's so fucking funny. They don't care at all.
Not a modern Transformers series. The Autobots do not care about the sanctity of Decepticon life.
Absolutely not.
They will kill those guys in a heartbeat.
And I think this is where we have to talk about what really sets this episode apart, even beyond the insane writing, which is the animation in this episode is completely fucked, like all the way through. I don't know what happened. But everything is so fucked. Everyone is insanely off model. Literally, Skywarp is not in this episode very much. But every other shot, they color Starscream as Skywarp, which, you know, that's a classic blunder. That's a classic animation blunder that they have made in the past. I don't know if I've ever seen it happen so many times in a row in one episode. It must happen like 6 times at least. It happens a lot. Like every other shot.
And I was going to say it's mostly shots that he's not speaking in, but that's not even true.
No, it's not.
The number of animation errors in this episode is like truly, it's like G.I. Joe levels. It's unbelievable.
There's a reason for that. You see.
True. Same studio.
Well, you know, it makes a lot of sense.
Same toy commercials.
There's also a lot of problem with layering in this episode.
That's really what it is. I mean, these issues are one and the same, right?
Yeah.
Like, because the vast majority, there's like the vast majority of the animation issues in this episode break down into one of 3 categories. off model, which I'm not even gonna really count because whatever, things are off model. It's fine.
Yeah, but everyone, I'm not really a model hardliner. Everyone looks really fucked up with this episode.
No, they look bad. Starscream is Skywarp.
It reminds me of the is it the Immobilizer episode where everyone looked really fucking weird?
Yeah. But like, it happens, right? Like, I'm not even gonna count that. Like, it's bad, but it's not necessarily an animation error, if you know what I mean.
And it's not notable for this show.
And it's not notable for this show, right? So there's those, and then the two other ones are just like animation stopping. And then just like obviously parts of cells not being layered on.
Yeah, there's one very early on that I posted in the Watch channel where it's Optimus triumphantly lifting his arm, but they didn't put his arm layer behind his head. So his arm just completely covers his face, like the rest of his body doesn't move at all when he lifts his arm as like a yay. Yeah. He just completely, and that happens all the fucking time in this episode.
I would like to posit that there is a fourth type of animation error in this episode. I think it only happens once or twice, but it is not just not drawing things off model, but distance models that are just like lines and shapes, just like not even attempts to make a distance model, just like here's red, here's the Autobots, I just made a red splotch.
There is also, so like those are the two main ones, but there's other errors. I mean, the idea of like perspective in this episode is also hilarious. It's like it's a genuinely laughable concept. People like cross distances that look like they're, I don't know, 500 feet away or something in like 2 seconds.
It really reminds me of the famous like clip from the Street Fighter show where DJ comes out of an elevator and he starts really small and he just like sort of slowly runs in place and gets bigger as he goes down the hallway. That happens a lot of this in this episode.
It really does. The running in place thing also happens. Quite a few times people just do not move in their environment.
And there's I just have it on in the background silently. There's also a really bizarre shot when the Autobots go into the like Lego building and Inferno knocks on one of the walls and like this huge animation of like bricks like falling on them plays. Like it looks really intense and then it just stops and they're just back to walking again like nothing happened. Like, what the fuck was that? It feels Lynchian almost, that cut of like wait what?
That didn't happen. Don't worry, a writer made it up.
Yeah, but back to the
what is this, freaks?
Yeah, but back to the plot of as it stands. So obviously the idea behind this episode is funny, right? It's like, what if we took these guys that are toys and we put them in a situation where they're toy size? Wouldn't that be fun? And it's like, I guess that would be fun. That's just kind of the whole gimmick of the episode, that there's not really much else to it. But I do really love there's a really funny bit where Thrust falls in the fish tank and gets chased around by the evil fish, and when he gets like chomped on, he Starscream and Soundwave are also there. But when he gets chomped on, he says, "Ravage, help me." And it cuts to Ravage like shaking his head like nope, not going in there, and running away.
And runs directly into like a shag carpet and gets like ensnared.
It's like a Venus flytrap or something. It's like a living plant. Also, a very funny bit where there's parts of this episode where Starscream has a completely solid black face like his toy does. Which is just a funny little thing where that happens.
That's fine.
It's like technically that is on model if you're modeling after the toy. But yeah.
Ravage speaks in a human voice.
Yeah, which in the comics, both Marvel and IDW, he does talk like a normal guy.
Not in this show.
In the show, all of the Cassetticons that are animals basically act like animals. Like Laserbeak is a bird, Ravage is a cat, Ratbat is a bat. They're all animals.
How do do you think Rumble and Frenzy feel about having brothers that are animals?
I don't know. We actually have heard Ravage talk one other time. Do you remember what it is?
No.
So there's I think it's an episode early on. It's probably in season 1.
It must
where
be.
it's kind of not the same. He's basically playing back audio while inside Soundwave, giving a reconnaissance report. But it's clearly Ravage's voice, because it's Frank Welker doing like a snarly voice. And then, of course, in this continuity, he would later develop the power of speech and also gain a Russian accent, as we see in Beast Wars.
Okay,
but that's neither here nor there. But yes, this is where we meet young Aaron, a little boy from planet Gleepnorp who just loves to play with his toys. And yes, all of the aliens on this planet do have completely normal human names. Why do you ask?
But they're not spelled the way you think.
No, it's like I've been watching Andor recently with friends.
Mm-hmm.
And that has a high propensity of normal guy names, slightly Star Warsified. The funniest one is early on in the first season. There's a guy named Tim, but because it's Star Wars, he has 2 M's.
Oh my god!
So it's Tim with 2 M's. So there's a
guy named the guy who made Batman the animated series.
Yeah, Bruce Timm is right there.
Bruce Timm.
He's in there. But yeah, this is similar. Aaron is spelled with 1 A. Is Marty spelled a weird way? The famous bully character of Marty.
Spelled like Mardi Gras with a D
but
and an I.
There's a bit where the Aaron just comes in and just puts all the Decepticons in a jar. He just puts them in the jar. Good. There's also a very funny bit because like he's basically like, "Hey, stop acting up." Oh, another incredible bit of animation error. So this just came up. Sorry, I just have it in the background, and I'm just seeing so many beautiful, beautiful things. When they're getting thrown in the jar, when he drops Ravage in, Ravage like lands on Starscream, and he's like, "Get off me!" and like tosses him away. But when he tosses him away and he's talking, Ravage just stops in midair for like 2 seconds, completely motionless. And when the scene changes, he falls over.
Had that coyote time.
Excellent stuff. Beautiful stuff. There's a bit where Thrust is trying to fly around, and so Aaron like ties a string around him, and very similar to the smoke screen from a few episodes earlier, he says, you won't be able to stop me, and he turns into a plane and gets rubber banded by the string and just slams into the floor.
I think it's funnier. I think it's like it's like, you think a string is going to stop me?
And yes, it does.
He specifically calls out the string, and then But here's my question: why doesn't he just transform out of it?
He gets concussed. He stays.
Unlike Ramjet, he can't.
Yeah, Ramjet's used to it by now.
Yeah, Ramjet's on his 8th concussion. He's fine.
Yeah. Most of this episode is just like, it's really funny when the Transformers are the size of bugs and they're being menaced by this fucked up alien cat. They're correct.
Meanwhile, the Autobots are having a fine time. They're fine. Nothing bad's happening.
They're literally they're just watching all of this happen and being like, damn, that's funny as fuck.
Get a load of these guys, Cam.
But eventually, someone starts a fire in the little Lego set, and Inferno puts it out, and that's when Aaron realizes, oh god, I forgot the most fucked up animal in this whole episode. The elephant hamster?
Oh, yeah.
I love
chases Ravage on the wheel.
Why does Ravage immediately start running on the wheel?
Scared.
his instincts kick in.
He's really scared. He's trying to run away.
Are you smarter than a 5th grader type shit here?
There's a bit also that I really love that I just saw where like Starscream and Soundwave bust out of the jar, and they're like, run for it, and Soundwave runs right towards the door, and then Aaron just closes it and Soundwave slams right into it and falls over. Incredible stuff.
I really like how this alien child's solution to all of the Decepticons, by the way, is to just continuously find different containers to put them in. Like, I mean, they all get their own bespoke container at some point.
True. But yeah, the reason the fire breaks out is because Starscream shoots at the Energon cubes, which are technically why they're here, I guess, but that stops being true after this because he blows it up. And that's when Aaron discovers them because Inferno puts it out. And Optimus is like, hey, we're good guys. You're a nice boy. Can you help us get home? But
what is really funny about Aaron is that he didn't actually ask if anyone was good. He just was like, I'm gonna put you in my pocket.
Yep. But unfortunately, Aaron's parents walk in, and they're like, "Oh my, are you playing with fire again, Aaron? You shouldn't be doing that."
I want to talk about the voice acting in this scene because it's so funny that I think this was on purpose, to do this as a joke, but it is so funny that this scene is played as them just being acting like a normal nuclear family from the 50s.
Leave it to Beaver ass planet.
Yes.
It's some Planet 51 shit.
Yeah, where's Dwayne The Rock Johnson? Where is he?
It is not even
here.
A little bit anyone trying to do weird alien voices. It's just
no.
Oh my god, it's alive! Ew!
Yeah, he shows his mom Ravage, and she's like, "Oh my god, put that away! Ew, gross! Where did you find this?"
Literally, she has a line.
We have to call exterminators now.
She literally has a line later where she's like, "You don't know where these things have been. They might have germs."
They might have germs.
I'm obsessed.
Yeah. And yeah, then when they open the box and Starscream, he just instantly shoots at them.
I like the dad saying he gets shot at by a little guy with a laser rifle, and he's like, "Oh, he bit me."
Yeah. Yeah, Soundwave.
A bee bit my bottom. Now my bottom big.
Soundwave attacks him when he gets pulled out of
it's
the
Starscream.
jar.
It's Starscream that attacks him.
But
Soundwave also does it. They both just instantly shoot his ass.
Yeah, and they both get put down immediately again.
Yeah, they just get put in a different box. But yeah, they're basically Aaron's trying to hide the Autobots from them, but they do discover them and also cart them off to the local science institute or whatever. And they're like, "Hey, don't worry, Aaron. They're just going to look at them. They're just weird guys, okay?" And the scientist is like, "Wow, these are weird guys. Let's dissect them."
He pulls out a giant cartoon buzzsaw on an arm.
Yeah. And meanwhile, we just cut down to Earth every so often, and it's basically just Ironhide being like, "Teletrain 1, where's Optimus?" And Teletron's like, "I don't know." And Ironhide just going, "Damn it."
I'm out of ideas.
Fine. He literally says, "If only they could call us." That would be great, man. That would solve all your problems. Oh, God. But yeah, basically, as soon as Aaron... I don't know why they brought him to this. As soon as Aaron hears that they're going to get dissected, he immediately goes to help the Autobots break out.
We're in a nice convenient cube.
Yeah.
They couldn't call a babysitter on such short notice.
Yeah. And this is where we get introduced to Marty, the evil bully character, who's like, "Hey, loser, what you got?" He's hiding the cube against a trash can or whatever. So the Autobots all hop in the trash can, and Marty's like, "Whatever, you just have a empty cube? That's lame." I'm gonna go do space skateboarding. It's what we call it because we're in space.
I like how you've given him a Southern California skater.
Yeah, I don't know why I
accent.
turned him into a surfer. It's not really the voice at all. It's more like a Christmas Story bully.
Yeah.
How the hell? How do they get into the sewers again? How does that happen?
There's a grate.
There's a great there's two cops who are chasing Aaron, and they're like, "Hey, you're the kid who had the robots. Stop." And he's like, "Okay, jump in the sewer and find my house."
Yeah, and the Decepticons also find a grate and go into the sewer. And then we get a sewer fight. And this is where things really start, I feel, to break down
this is
animation-wise.
the disintegration, yeah.
This is where things really start to melt.
I do like, by the way, this is an animation.
Sorry, I just saw Starscream manifest a leg to kick.
That's
Optimus
what I
in
was
the face.
talking about. That's what I was talking about. But
it just pops into existence. He doesn't move.
Well, so I have a theory about what happened there. It's a very bad error, but I have a theory about how it happened. This isn't an error, but I do think it's very funny that when they're flying around, Ravage runs in the air.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's not an animation error. It's just really funny.
It's giving Energon. It's really giving Transforms Energon.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So they're into sewers, and the Autobots go through a tunnel, and the Decepticons are waiting for them in an ambush. And what happens is Starscream is raiding on top of like the top of the tunnel of the exit, and as Optimus comes up, as Mara just mentioned, he manifests a leg to kick Optimus. Now, what I think happened here was that it was supposed to be the leg that was there kicking him, but they didn't move the layer. I think the layer that his, like, still leg was on was, like, a static layer, and they didn't move it.
Yeah.
So there's just this other leg that sort of like pops out of his leg that's already there to kick Optimus. It's really good.
See,
Here,
it could be that.
I've got a beautiful Optimus for everyone to look at. Look at him.
That's it's amazing. Truly beautiful Optimus.
So good.
He's very sick.
The thing about the leg scene is like it's like, because the leg that appears is so much bigger and more detailed than the legs that Starscream already has, I think what they were actually trying to do was they were going to like cut to like a closer shot to show Optimus getting kicked into the water, and they just didn't do that. They just didn't do it.
They just put his leg there, but the rest of his body was still behind it. Yeah, it's
yeah. So other things that happened in this scene, Perceptor picks up
Did you get to the water stopping?
Yeah, I did. That's what I was like.
Yeah, I bet you did. I bet you did, because I know I know the points that I laughed at.
Yeah, so like we have Perceptor picking up a pencil, be like, the pen is mightier than the sword, or the pen is mightier than the pipe Soundwave, because Soundwave has like a piece of pipe,
Red
and then
pipes.
Soundwave just like smashes through the pencil and hits Perceptor over the head, which I thought was very funny. And then a rat shows up and chases Perceptor around for a while, and then the rat falls on everybody, and then everybody goes in like a big whirlpool, but the whirlpool stops being animated halfway through.
Yeah, it's
so
fine.
there's a shot of them just sliding along a completely static like whirlpool image. There's also a shot where the water is completely invisible and Thrust is just like waist deep in nothing. It really gets sort of avant-garde here in this part of the episode, is really what I feel. And yeah, they eventually fight their way through the sewers and get back to Aaron's house. And they still got the Energon cubes, I guess. Like I honestly forgot that they have Energon cubes they're trying to get back to. And they're like, wow, we're stuck here. We can't do anything.
But don't worry, Perceptor's got a plan.
Yeah, Aaron's like, well, hang on. You guys are from space, right? I've got a toy rocket ship, and it can, like, fly and stuff. And Perceptor's like, well, like, okay, oh, yeah, are you about to bring up Optimus Prime in English 4 eyes?
Perceptor, just do it.
Yeah, he's really pissy with it. He's like Ultra Magnus in this episode.
Every single time Perceptor talks, he's just like, "Oh my god, shut up."
Every time like there are a few times when Peter Cullen's delivery as Optimus is like so good, and that one really is just Perceptor, just do it.
Maybe Braun was right about you.
Also, the thing about
you should have been hate crimed.
Also, the toy rocket ship is actually Plan B. There's a Plan A, which is even stupider.
Oh yeah.
Plan A.
Yeah.
I forgot about
That's
Plan
how the Decepticons get back home, because they steal Plan A.
Yeah, what was Plan A again?
A million beams of light.
Plan A was Perceptor being like, oh, I remember this kid has a telescope in this room. If I shoot these energon cubes next to the telescope, I can turn it into a super teleport beam.
Right. Oh yeah.
And
so
then
the
then the Decepticons take Bumblebee hostage and are like, give us your teleport beam, and then they get attacked by the Cap, but it's like, Optimus is like, it's fine, just like, let him go.
Yeah. So then they teleport back to Earth, and this is where we get one of the greatest scenes of all time. So all of the Decepticons crash back down in like a swamp, and Starscream's like, well, this sucks, but at least there's no giant green monsters harassing me. And then a ginormous swarm of alligators just appear and tackle him to the ground. He just goes, ah! He squeals.
They're
Road
getting
hard.
fucking devoured by like dozens of crocodiles.
Which means that the crocodiles have a personal vendetta against them because there's no meat there.
That's right.
Road hard,
God.
put away wet.
But yeah, he just like gets tackled. And then that's the last we see of the Decepticons. And we cut back up to Aaron World. And they're like, well, I guess that... All right. I guess we're stuck here. And that's when he talks about the rocket. And that's when Perceptor's like, if I can boost the polarities and the blah, blah, blah. And he's like, shut the fuck up and do it, Perceptor. I'm sick of your shit.
And then we get one of maybe the most beautiful, like, 4 seconds of animation I've ever seen in my life.
What is remarkable about this part is how long it lasts. Again,
yeah,
4 seconds does not sound like that long, but it is when you're just watching something.
It's on screen for so long.
Without break. Yeah, without break, that is so glaringly, obviously wrong. And so many things are wrong about it, right? Like, it's not just one thing, it's so many things.
It's a cascade. It's a fucking resonance cascade of animation errors.
So they board the rocket ship. They're in Aaron's hands, and Optimus is like, hey, don't be sad. Whenever you look up at the stars, just remember, we're out there. And then it cuts to a shot of what's supposed to be them walking into the spaceship. But for a second, there's nothing in Aaron's hands. And then they pop into existence one layer over where they're supposed to be. They don't have any legs. And they just kind of no-clip into the rocket because the door is also closed. Nitro the cat fucking pops in out of nowhere and like licks Bumblebee, and he goes, haha, kitty cat. And then he also no-clips into the rocket ship. And then the episode ends. Oh, also, never mind. The cat stays there. The cat's head, rather, just stays on top of the rocket ship layer, and then Aaron's hand goes underneath him.
It's like, I like, this is genuinely, again, 4 or 5 uninterrupted seconds of everything going wrong. It is unfathomable to me how this
It's wild.
actually got to air.
Yeah, I'm so curious as to, like, did they not have any kind of like review process?
No
did
way.
they not have somebody watch these?
There were no recuts. There were no redos. This was a fucking factory job. And if you fucked it up the first time, they were just like, they just threw up their hands like, hey, you know what? You guys fucked it so bad. We're just going to ship it. We don't care. This episode has to go out today.
Yeah. Like the other ones, as egregious as the other animation errors are, at least they are both like pretty quick and like
Not
isolated.
New. Yeah.
Like, right? But
Yeah.
like, it is like, this is like the end of the episode. It's like, what happened? Did it like turn off accidentally before? Right.
Yeah.
And they like shoot off into space. And by the way, There's no to be continued or anything.
Yeah, no, that's
No,
just you just think
this-
that's the
So
end.
to be clear, this episode goes straight into another episode, at least in the air order, not the production order, but goes
Yeah.
fine, fair enough, straight into another episode called The Gambler. But
No
there's
indication
no
this is a part
indication
one.
of that.
No.
Uh,
Most two-parters are clearly marked, and they have Victor Caroli narration at the end being like, "What will happen to our heroic Autobots? Find out next week on the Transformers," right? Like, that's how the two-parters are normally structured. Not this time.
Listen, they knew nobody was sitting at home like, "Oh, gee, I wonder what happens next for this one."
And that's Child's Play. It's a very infamous episode for obvious reasons. Beyond like the bizarre setup, there's the completely like dog shit animation
Yes.
and like just several very funny moments. Like once again, like Starscream being pinned underneath a bouncy ball is one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
So good.
It's not even like it's like barely on him. It's like mostly on his lower legs too. Like he couldn't
Yeah.
get out.
So heavy.
Help me! Get this thing off me!
Literally, Starscream is so pathetic. He is the pathetic Meow Meow of Transformers.
Oh, absolutely. You don't know the half of it. He's truly a fucking wet little cat. But that's it for Child's Play here. And we've got quite a few questions.
Yeah, let's see if we
you
can
wouldn't
like power
mind.
through them.
It's been a long one. Who would have thought?
Yeah,
for
really.
Child's Play.
Beachcomber's number one bro chat asks, who armed the carjacking syndicate with lasers? Were those from the Decepticons or just entirely unrelated? I think they're from Megatron.
Yeah. Was it? Yeah, it's probably. But once again, there's also the angle of, okay, speaking of G.I. Joe, one of the things about that is that, like, in that show, everyone used laser guns, right? Even though some of them looked like kind of realistic guns, they all just made laser noises and shot lasers, because you can't have real guns on TV.
Learned that from
And,
Family
like,
Guy.
That's right. All you see is violence in movies and sex on TV. Anyway, but I wonder if it's like a thing where it's like, well, we have to have these human guys shoot at the Autobots, right? But we can't give these criminals actual guns, so we'll just give them laser guns. I think there was another episode earlier where there was like an attack on an oil field, and all of the workers like grabbed guns, and they were just laser guns for no reason. Similar thing, I think.
Yeah. Or it was Cobra Commander. Who gave
He's
it to them.
he's canon to
I
the
know.
show. He
I'm
will
aware.
show up in season 3.
That's why
This
I said
also
it.
reminds me of the plot line in the post All Hail Megatron G1, where they like spread a bunch of Megatron guns among the human populace to like sow discontent or whatever, and then Jazz kills that guy. That shit's crazy.
Yep.
Craziest shit I've ever seen.
Dead Name Stealing Fit. Well, if you think about it, perhaps Rick is a transformer.
Fuck, he transforms himself into a pickle.
Fuck.
Which, by the way, is the funniest shit I've ever seen.
Dead Name Stealing Faye asks, are those weird wheels actually groovy?
No, they're rude.
Well, they say groovy as well.
No, right?
They do. That's in the car where it's like,
Oh, right,
these wheels
yeah.
are groovy.
So they're groovy and,
And
rude.
rude, yeah.
This newfangled slang is so hard to keep track of.
I will say they are rude.
Trax is very rude.
Yeah. If they ever brought Rural back, they do. A slasher Rural stand-in in a future series. Would you want him and Trax to be doing Grand Theft Auto scams with Rural, selling tracks to car thieves? Trax just driving off after a while, changing his alt mode to farm different vehicle before returning to Rural and rinse and repeat? No, I want them making out.
Well, they can do that too, in between the scams.
What if Rural took out Megatron like how Megatron/Starscream took out Prowl in the movie?
He just like starts
Burning up
boiling
from the inside.
out, and it just falls over.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the got to be will gunk up his gears.
Yeah, and he's like, well, fuck. And all the officers look at him like, what the fuck, man? That's not cool. You killed him.
No, remember, they don't give a shit about him.
Oh, right. Yeah, they would have been. That's great.
Shout out, how quickly do you think Rumble could run a marathon, considering he's able to keep pace with a robot panther?
How do you measure a fucking Cybertronian marathon? They don't need like water.
I don't know. Ask Blur.
Oh shit, that's right. Well, I tried to ask him, but I couldn't understand what he said. It was too fast.
We have to go back to Headmasters. Which iconic American landmark do you want to see our heroes defend next?
The Chrysler building that says Chrysler
on the side of it, yeah.
There's a really funny line, actually. I just remembered from that. Where in that episode where I think it was the fire truck guy, Inferno. Is like, this'll teach you to attack the Chrysler building. Like,
Inferno, why do you know what that is? You're not even the architecture nerd. You're just some fucking hick with a
he's
cum
NYFD. Sorry, FDNY. I think we should do some of the second tier landmarks. I think we should do like the St. Louis Arch or something.
I am going to steal the Chicago bean and use its mirrored surface to refract lasers and burn a hole in the sun.
Yeah, I think that's really good. Vera asks, would you like the next couple of episodes after Child's Play to be about Optimus and crew traveling through space on their slow journey back to Earth as a short story arc? I mean, it is.
Okay, that literally is what happens. You're joking. That is actually true.
That is, that's what the next 2 episodes are, at least only
the next one episode, but it does happen.
But in release order, at least.
That is making me imagine a situation where the entire arc plot line is the arc is that kid's toy spaceship.
God. And they crash on a different planet and get knocked into another 4 million years sleep, and Ironhide has to become leader of the Autobots.
That kind of is the next episode. That kind of is the gambler.
That's very funny.
Chet asked, do you think the writers of Rise of the Beast saw Make Tracks and said, let's do that, but with Mirage? Yes, Mara already talked about it.
Just like how Dark of the Moon just took the plot of Megatron's master plan.
Cream Zeke, and your time is almost here. Asks, which Transformer threw the first brick at Cybertronian Stonewall?
Anode. Not in the show, but it's Anode.
Yeah, I guess she is kind of like the Storm Laverne.
Mm-hmm.
Chet asks, realistically speaking, how many people died in that baseball stadium?
Oh.
Quite a few,
Hundreds.
I imagine. I mean, somebody blows up the scoreboard, it falls on the audience.
Yeah.
Listen, I was talking to my friend at the Mets game, and I was like, it's kind of cool how sporting events are state sanctioned purge nights. If things go badly and people riot, it's fine, apparently. I'm thinking about them greasing the lamp poles in Philadelphia.
in
oh
Philly.
My god.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the opening shot is a packed stadium. So it's not easy to evacuate that many people. Must have been some fatalities.
But anyway, like I said, average Mets
started. You'd think they would have maybe started evacuating people at some point when the Decepticons started building a giant wheel in the middle of the field.
I don't know how the space bridge got there or why or how, but it did, and I'm not sure how nobody noticed. Because it opened, I forgot to mention, the episode opens with the entire audience booing the Decepticons. And they're just standing there on top of the space bridge and basically going, fuck you!
That's just under Citi Field.
Megatron's soaking it up too. He's a heel.
Yeah.
He's a heel wrestler. He loves it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Except he actually kills people. Slight difference. Oh man. Don't give Vince McMahon ideas.
Oh
God.
Where are we? Cass asks, so Trax gets to be part of Human Robot Yowie, but who is part of Robot Human Yuri? Okay, I've thought about this,
Have we
and
had
at least
any of those?
No, but okay. So two possibilities. If we're not talking about this show, the answer is June Darby and RC.
Oh shit. Yeah.
If we are talking about this show specifically, I think Carly and Alita would do amazing things together.
That's true. Oh my god, is she in that episode? I wonder.
I mean,
I don't think there's any humans in the Search for Alpha Trion, but I could be wrong. They could meet.
I mean, what about... Hey, listen. We know she's on Cybertron in the future.
That's true.
I'm just saying. Spike, you're not that good looking.
What's the robot fucker version of a lavender marriage?
Getting a lavender marriage.
Getting like getting like a car title from Carvana.
A Carvana marriage?
God.
Yeah, that's what she and Spike had. Unclear where Daniel came from.
Vector Sigma.
It just popped out of
It's
him.
kind of a sorry situation.
Damn, poor Daniel. He'll never
Damn,
know.
Daniel.
Damn, Daniel. Back at it again with the white jumpsuit.
Chet asks, how does Perceptor's alt mode move? It has like tracks. It's fine.
It
Don't
does
worry
have
about
treads. It is
Yeah,
it
good.
is still really funny whenever you just see the microscope trundling around.
He uses like centrifugal force or whatever. He uses like physics to
Yeah.
who cares about animation anyway?
Not this show.
Not this show, I say, as I look at the gif of Aaron disappearing over and over again.
His
Which
fucking head just vanishes.
Who's more evil, Megatron or the authorities? All cops are bastards.
That's right. Look, this is fucking a free country. Why can't Megatron build an army of like transforming murder drones out of everyone's Buicks? Okay, it's fucking New York City.
Oh, to your point, to both of your points, has anyone here seen an iconic 2009 animated family film, Planet 51, starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
I didn't even see that fucking question. That's one of the that's occupies the same both like time period and like vibe in my mind as Mars Needs Moms. There was just that really severe slump period of 3D animated movies where there was just nothing but slop.
And they were
Yeah.
really obsessed with like 50s like Americana for like this like 2-3 year period for some reason, and it did not take off and nobody cared.
Yeah, because that was the same fucking time as like Meet the Robinsons came out, which is like a 50s retro future thing sort of. So like, yeah, what the hell
Meet the Robinsons
was
is at least okay.
Yeah, that movie at least has
it's
a look to it of some description.
It does have a look. It's very mid. It does have some good bits in it, though.
It's mid, but it's not like Mars Needs Moms.
That I can attest. I had to watch that shit for Disney Minus. That is one of the worst fucking like feature films I have ever seen. The only reason it was not, I would need to open it up. I'm pretty sure it finally dethroned the Artemis Fowl movie at the bottom of my rankings, but it had to work really. It had to work really hard.
That's crazy. We watched
Artemis
Artemis
Fowl
Fowl together. That movie is
it's wretched. Even like already, it's one of the worst adaptations I've ever seen. But even on its own merits, it's a complete failure all around.
Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah, listeners, go look up the episode of of Disney Minus with the Artemis Fowl movie if you want to hear me get really mad.
Who else thinks Soundwave should ride around on a sleigh pulled by Ravage on Decepticon Christmas?
Me.
I mean,
It wouldn't be Ravage though. It would be Rat Bat Buzzsaw and Laserbeak.
Well, who takes the place of Rudolph?
Oh, that's a great question. I think it's it's Rumble. It's Rumble. It's Rumble at the front with a big red fake nose.
Absolutely. And then seriously though, who cares about animation anyway with the gif of Aaron disappearing?
Like half of his body just vanishing as he moves.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's beautiful.
Haybine asks, New York has gotten a little rougher since we visited it in Seal. Is it because of the cost of raising the Empire State Building back above ground, or the cost of putting up all those neon lights and signs?
There are a lot of signs.
This is, by no means do you have to hand it to Rudy Giuliani. But, again, as someone who grew up with this, like, he is the one responsible for gentrifying Hell's Kitchen. So this is Giuliani.
I was there.
Pre-Giuliani.
I was there with Optimus. I stopped the carjacking ring that Megatron was running. It was me, okay? I did it.
Yeah. Anyway, this is a pre-Giuliani New York. So
the banana building was sucking up a lot of power bills, you know.
But no, to answer Haybine's question, it was raising the Empire State Building again.
They had to put the whole city back up, and I'm sure that that put the whole government of New York in a hole. Metaphor, financially, not literally. They had already literally been put in a hole.
Are all Viacons made in New Jersey?
Yes.
Why do you think they call it the armpit of America?
I feel as though this will only become more true when we eventually watch Beast Machines.
I was gonna say Prime Season 2. When does an animation error get so bad that it becomes its own transcendent work of art? Again, like those last 4 seconds that we talked, like 4 or 5 seconds that we talked about in detail, are like verging on avant-garde Soviet animation.
Yeah, it is. It is a remarkable, like, shocking, just 4 minutes of like, how the fuck was this allowed to occur and be aired on television?
It is a remarkably surreal moment. It's like it is on par with that extremely infamous G.I. Joe scene where the guys are like dinosaurs are breaking through a wall and the wall reforms and they keep walking through it and then a bunch of people pop in and out of existence.
Yep. Very similar. I wonder if it was even the same like outside studio that animated those episodes. I wouldn't be surprised. They used the same like group of collaborators for both of those shows, I think.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't they?
Yeah, it was the same production company after all.
Yeah. Aurora Cosmos, like the UFO, asks, what's your favorite random sign in New York episode? Chrysler.
Banana. I love the banana building.
I quite liked the fresh beef in all lowercase underneath of like 5 separate Chrysler building signs.
That's where the bear takes place.
I forgot about the fresh beef sign. going to the Chrysler building for my fresh beef.
It reminds me of a sign.
Hashtag just New Yorker things.
It reminds me of a sign my dad took a photo of at the Minnesota State Fair that just says, try our spicy Italians. I mean, you know what it is, but it does say try our spicy Italians.
There's a helpful list on TF Wiki. Here's a few good ones. ABBA Cafe, Dallas Star Club, Cuba Dance, Camus, just like one that says like Albert Camus, I guess. A sign that just says Acapulco.
I'm trying to think if these are like analogs to anything real.
Is Forker Garbo a real club? The Forker Garbo Club?
I'm trying to think. So there's no Cuba, but they're like pretty near Times Square. There is the Havana Club.
Oh, I bet that's what it is.
I just don't know if it's been around that long.
What about Club Honey Boy?
So
now that sounds like a club that Raul frequents.
So here's the thing about like those kind of names, which is that again, like pre-Giuliani, there were a shit ton of strip clubs in Hell's Kitchen, and many of those have been shut down. There's probably still, if you looked at New York, I would guess that there's probably a denser number of strip clubs in Hell's Kitchen than anywhere else, but it's still like nothing compared to, and like the porn shops have all been shut down. Like the sex shops were all over the place.
Here's a couple of other really good ones here. Clothing Original, Man and Woman Shoes Center, That one might be my favorite. I really like Man and Woman Shoes Center. French Can Casino Folly Fokker Game.
Excuse me?
And Diamond Game Casablanca Hustle Hot.
Sure.
See, those are bullshit because there was no casinos in New York for a very long time.
I quite like there's one sign that's so easy to miss, and I really liked it. Every time that they cut to that bridge, there was a building in the background in the skyline that had the tiniest sign in the whole world right at the top of it, just said Kino. And it's like, yeah,
They're
now-
really foreshadowing the next episode.
And that was them foreshadowing Kinokuniya moving in there.
There's also one last one. There's a sign that just says Brazilian, but with like zillion, like the number. It says Brazilian.
Oh yeah, that's
Brazilian dollars.
Yeah, that's the Diamond District. Don't worry about it. Coil resident Autobot Rail Cannon asked, "What did Rule hit Megatron with? Was it Cheese Whiz? No, it was it was got to be Hairspray."
Mm-hmm. Really gunked him up.
Listen, this was the 80s. They had some gnarly stuff in Hairspray back then.
That's true.
Yeah.
That was like industrial waste.
And look at the thickness of Rule's hair. Is all I'm saying.
It's luscious.
It's luscious. I know he teases it.
Hey, Trax, you don't have any flame-based guns, do you? I can't be near any open flames within a 10-foot radius.
Where's Ironhide when you need him? Is Trax space for dissing Huffer? Absolutely.
Yes. Anyone who... The coolest thing Braun ever did still was threatening to murder Huffer if he didn't shut up. It almost balances out the hate speech he slung at Perceptor.
What do you think Starscream gets when visiting the mall?
A kiosk of t-shirts with Goofy holding a gun and a fat stack of money. Perfect. I shall give Megatron the most diabolical white elephant gift this Christmas.
He gets his ears pierced at Claire's.
That's right.
Did those crocodiles know what they were doing when they did that to Starscream? Yes, there's no meat there. They know what they're doing.
There was beef.
It was on site.
They had history.
It was fresh beef.
Yeah, they were fucking He was too near the Chrysler building for too long. He just smelled. Yeah, well, you don't have a Child's Play that is just like Starscream just smelled like raw beef that whole time.
Yeah, the thing that people don't tell you about New York City is like every time you're in Times Square, it's just you're just like being permeated by the smells of beef at all times.
I can confirm this. Chet asks, how big are those damn Crocs supposed to be anyway? Don't worry about perspective. Okay, stop asking about these things.
They must be like saltwater crocodiles or something. They're huge.
Stop asking about perspective.
I know artists who care about scale. They're all cowards.
Yeah, what is it? It's like subtext only if you're a coward.
Yeah.
Sabrina asks, with the introduction of 2 new non-Cybertronian companions, how do they rank compared to the other companions? There's no need to ask about Carly, for she is number 1.
Yeah. I mean, Raoul's way up there. There's like we said, there's a reason he's so beloved. Aaron.
Oh, are we calling Aaron a companion? I don't know about that.
I don't count that little fucker as a companion. He's a fucking... I don't know. I don't give a shit about Aaron. He doesn't rank. He doesn't even fucking like D and F. Did not finish in the fucking companions ranking, all right?
Literally, he's barely half there.
Yeah, like his body keeps disappearing.
Raoul is second after Carly for me right now.
Yeah, third is Astoria.
Well, we haven't gotten to her yet, but yeah. So it's Carly, then Raoul, and then I guess Spike. No, then
I'd
Chip.
rank. Well, he does work for Northrop Grumman, so is that
he is Yeah, he is.
You're getting to hear all of our in jokes, Jane. All of our fucking the lore we've built for these stupid characters.
He did call out Vortex for writing a story called "I Sexually Identify as an Attack Helicopter," and then everyone found out he worked for Lockheed Martin. Shit. And then like Sparkplug at the bottom. Fuck Sparkplug.
I mean, he's doing better than Aaron, but once again, Aaron doesn't count.
Yeah, Aaron doesn't count. And is he like genuinely is he?
Also, I would put Daniel below Sparkplug. I don't know, that kid's fucking annoying.
Oh, sure. If we're counting headmasters, since we
well, he's, to be fair, Daniel's also in the movie in season 3. So.
No, I know, but I'm just saying of characters we've gotten to, because I'm not counting
Yeah.
Astoria yet because we haven't gotten to her yet.
That's true. Yeah.
But if you're counting Daniel because we
Right.
have gotten to him in Headmasters, yeah, Daniel sucks. And they made him suck more by putting him with Wheelie.
Really the worst of both
What a
worlds.
terrible combination. Tailgate Sexual Mouth asks,
What a name.
I've got...
I never should have told you about that shit, Sam.
This is actually my fault.
That's true. That's right. I don't know why I was blaming myself when I could have blamed you all along.
Well, I mean, the two of us have talked about it a lot, and I just reminded
That's
him
true.
that it's like, we've talked about it before, and he was like, oh, bet. Anyway, I've got robots on the brain, so how do you think OP/the Autobots would get along with Jet Jaguar of Godzilla's singular point frame?
Okay, this is, if you don't know, obviously Jet Jaguar, well known. He's the funny robot boy from Godzilla vs. Megalon. His singular point incarnation is a little different though. He's kind of got like a Pinocchio real boy sort of thing going on. I think Jet Jaguar would get along great with Perceptor and Ratchet and Wheeljack and all of the smart boys. I think they would have a great series of discussions about like quantum materials and stuff. I think they would have a great time together.
Mara, that was a great answer. What I loved the most about it was you immediately launching into it with no understanding whatsoever that you were doing the XKCD. People only have basic knowledge.
And of course, everyone knows about Jet Jaguar.
Knows Jet Jaguar from Godzilla vs. Megalon.
Naturally. Look, I just lived in a world where everyone knew the fucking gospel of Jet Jaguar.
Yeah.
I guess I have to work to make that a reality.
Bonus content, folks. Make me watch Godzilla movies.
Ah, yes.
Finally, our last two questions from Geistar. Who do you think has the rudest wheels in the Autobots? I mean, Huffer. It's Huffer.
If we're going with the classical definition of rude, yeah, it's Huffer. Fuck him. If we're going with these guys' definition of rude, it's got to be Trax. He's got the rudest wheels, and they're groovy too.
I might actually give it to the Lambo twins.
Yeah, Lamborghini Countach is significantly cooler than a Chevrolet Corvette in most estimations. Yeah. Like, that's a pretty fucking cool car.
Yeah, I might give it to Sideswipe and Sunstreaker.
Yeah.
And finally, how does Huffer keep getting into episodes? Who keeps letting him back in?
I don't know. Braun, you need to kill him already. Stop letting him show up. I didn't like seeing him in Hoist. It was troubling. It was a troubling image. I didn't like it.
I don't like knowing that Hoist was inside him.
It's like when you see a dog pet another dog, you're like, I don't think that should happen. What's going on here?
This is why Megatron's plan was so bad. Like, it's not the content of the plan, it's that he took so many cars off the road that we had to see these two in traffic. They should have been like 18 blocks back that way. We never would have seen them.
Hoist,
That's right.
Hoist going back to the Ark and grapples there with welcome home cheater sign.
I saw you in his cab. No, Grapple, it wasn't what it looked like. Home wrecker! And then
I was so... The number of robots in this show that have, like, posh sort of British accents it really threw me for a loop, I have to say.
And we didn't even get to Hook. Hook didn't get to talk, and he's the craziest one.
Yeah, or like Mirage. Like,
yeah. There's a lot of fancy boys. But yeah,
so
Hoist's
again,
thing,
so Jane, they added like 35 new assholes this season, basically all at once over the
there's
course
literally
of 3
there's
episodes.
literally so there's the first like third of this season is basically just still the 1984 cast, which is like it's still pretty sizable. And then when you hit the Dinobot Island 2-parter, literally 20 characters on on either side. Well, no, 20 characters total on both sides just appear with no explanation at all. They're just here now.
They've been here the entire time.
Yeah, they're just like, no one remarks on them. No one even makes any kind of like excuse of an excuse for why they're here. They just are here.
It's like Dawn in Buffy.
Yeah, like, and Hoist and Grappler were 2 of those guys that they just showed up.
So
you're like, what?
So the problem that they faced is that they got rid. Again, there's only 3 voice actors for the show, basically,
Yeah.
and they got rid of all like the gruff, cool voices in the first season with the first batch of the guys. So they had to go to like the secondary, which is like posh nerds instead.
Yeah.
There was a tough guy extinction event.
There was, like, Braun's the only one left.
Ironhide kind of shows up sometimes.
He's like an old tough guy. He's like a grizzled tough guy. Braun's like the kind of like flexo, like, I'm gonna get him.
I guess
square jawed hero guy.
Yes, I mean, in terms of that, yes. Cliffjumper is dead. Goodbye. Cliffjumper, we hardly knew you. But like, I don't know, Inferno kind of has that energy.
That's true. Yeah, he's kind of like a big dumb, like, square jawed firefighter guy, which is why he fits so well with his boyfriend on the constant verge of paranoid breakdown.
Yeah, but it was really, to your point, Jane, they're what they really did was introduce a bunch of married couples, new married couples, which is really funny.
That's beautiful. I mean, you got to get the drama in there somehow.
Yeah, like they had so many characters. The thing they settled on, which I do think is actually a pretty elegant solution, is they just paired off all of these new guys into like duos that they could have an episode with. So, like, Hoist and Grapple get an episode. Inferno and Red Alert get an episode. All that kind of stuff. It's honestly one of the few smart storytelling choices the show makes. Instead of the completely insane, coked-out variety that we usually get.
The per capita, trying to figure out the math of the per capita new guys per episode.
Yeah. And there's more coming, by the way. The third section of this season is then introducing all of the various combiner teams, which are 5 guys each, and they turn into a 6th guy, and there's like 5 of those teams.
And you can thank Starscream for that.
Yeah, he is responsible for at least one of them. Oh boy.
Anyway, well,
but
we've been Prime Cuts.
That's right.
You can find us on noisepace.xyz along with a bunch of other very cool shows. You can follow us on Blue Sky at Prime Cuts Pod, and you can join our Patreon for cool bonus content, including us watching series like The Headmasters, series that never made it over to the US, and deep dives into characters, and who knows, maybe Mara will force me to watch Godzilla movies one day.
That would be a fun stretch goal. Yeah, patreon.com/Prime Cuts, where in addition to all of our cool exclusive content, including an upcoming one where we're going to talk about obscure and strange parts of this sprawling franchise, which I'm very excited about, because we could talk about some of the weird guys from the toy line that nobody wants to talk about.
She's the only one who knows about weird guys from the toy line. I don't know anything, which is why she's the one who has to choose these things.
I know so many weird guys. So if you're a weird guy enthusiast like me, you can join us at the $5 tier, and you can hear all about weird guys that I know about. And at the $10 tier, the Elite Guard tier, you get your name at the end of every episode. So thank you to Sabrina Steele.
Thanks, Sabrina. Jane, do you have any plugs you'd like to plug?
Well, we're still getting some of our stuff back up. We've been on hiatus for a little bit, but keep an eye.
There's plans in the mix.
There's plans in the mix. Keep an eye out for Crystal Radio Works relaunch coming up in the near future.
You guys are insane, by the way. You are absolutely out of your fucking minds for that one.
Listen, we have many irons in the fire. But in the meantime, if you want to see me play video games every now and again, you can go to twitch.tv/Janderscore. I do that every once in a while.
I'm Mara. You can find me on Twitter. No, you cannot find me on Twitter. Don't find me on Twitter. I'm barely on there. You can find me
I
on
hope this
Blue
email
Sky.
doesn't find you.
That's right. Never email me again. You can find me on Blue Sky at marrowwyvern.biscuit.social and on Tumblr at Cyclonus with a 5 at the end of it.
I'm Audrey. You can find me on Tumblr and Blue Sky at Optimum on Prime, my funny robot internet joke. You can also listen to the other podcast I do called Pot of Greed, which is about Yu-Gi-Oh! I've been cast in and I'm the script editor for The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine, a radio drama that has its pilot out now at lydiadisappears.com and will be coming out with its first season within the next few months. It's being actively edited. All recording is done. So keep a lookout for that. And sometimes I do Star Trek themed drag, which you can find at Maxwell Warp on Instagram.
Until next time, dear listeners, I am going to break the bounds of reality and have most of my body disappear into the ether before I board this spaceship, transform, and roll out.
Shit. What am I gonna do? I'm going to pick out and say with my big human voice, ouch! Transform and roll out.
What you got? What you got, Jane?
I'm going to attempt to kick Optimus Prime off of a small ledge and do a Bayonetta style large leg summon and roll out.
He did use the Wicked Weave.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Peach.
Peach.